Hello everyone, do you guys hear me? I think I got it back online. See if you guys are still here. Y'all stick around. Let me know if you're still here. Yay! Thanks for sticking around, guys. Yeah, I use this program to stream and it crashed on me for some reason, which was really weird. So just went cray on me. But we're back, and that's all that matters. Fortunately, I don't have my list of stocks I was going to cover, but I know I was at DTIL, so that's a starting place. We back and ready to roll. Exactly. Thanks for understanding, everyone. Okay, let's figure this out, because we were starting to get some good trend lines here on this guy. We back. Okay, so let's see what we had here. And then we had some trend lines here somewhere. Let's find where some support might be. Who was asking about this stock, by the way? Somebody was, or even in the chat anymore. Hope so, because I think we're getting some good data on this. Some good long-term data. Yes, that's for me. Nice. Okay. So this guy is volatile, and it makes sense because they don't have that many shares. So whenever a company doesn't have a lot of shares, it can create a pretty decent amount of volatility. And that's why we saw, you said a 14% swing on price. Makes sense. Okay, so pros. Pro is that we had this long-term downtrend. And so what we saw, we saw the back test. So we saw it go down. We saw the stock come down, break back above. And we saw it back test. That's a good sign. We had it back test, but we also had it test this long-term trend line from back in September. So those are two really good long-term trend lines. Where we're more questionable for the short term, or as of right now, in terms of is the direction going to change. So the first thing is RSI. It's kind of giving us, waving the warning flag. Like, I'm not sure what I want to do, is what we're seeing right now. So kind of in this 50 to 46 range, the stock needs to decide if it wants to stay above that or below that. The times where we see it hovering in that, so this is a really great example. This time frame right here, we saw sideways price action. A lot of volatility with sideways price action. So right here, we're gonna have to make up its mind. Does it want to, bounce off that and come back above and head up again? Or are we gonna see this break below and stay down here? So that's what I'll be looking at. RSI. MACD is technically still negative on the daily chart, under 0. But we do have positive momentum. So, but I mean, we're basically just been sideways since June. Like, if you really look big picture, the stock hasn't really gone anywhere. So I would be looking, one, for this long-term trend line to see if we can hold it. It can have some impact on price. It might not have a ton. And then, as I always talk about the 20-day. So we broke below the 20-day on that big red candle. So I would say this week it broke below, but it also held. If we zoom out, where are we at in price? So if we zoom out, we see a really important support level and a resistance level in the past. And that's exactly where we're at. So this is going to be, maybe it could come back down here and test that, but this is a pretty important price range. This around 10 bucks. So I'm going to be looking there, and also this upward trend line. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. Let's see if we have the 50-day, where the 50-day is. Okay, 50 days right above that. I'm assuming the 100-day is right above that. We're just about there. Let's see where the 200-day is. Yeah, when we look at like historically, oh, look at that. So ironic. The 200-day is where the price is trying to bounce off of. But really, when we look at the long term, there's so much sideways action basically since last November. It's kind of stayed in that price range. It's broken above, come back into it. It's broke below, come back into it. And so we'll have to see how much, strong resistance. We'll have to see. It could honestly just go sideways till September 9th when it has that data come out. That's a potential, because that's kind of what it's been doing for the most part, is going sideways outside of these little impulsive moves. Probably on news is what I'm guessing. It's dropped in one day. Faster it drops and faster it gains. Yeah. That's kind of what I was saying with the 50 million share float. 50 million shares honestly isn't really that much. Yeah, that makes sense. Single string or safety switch. Oh, nice. Yeah, sounds like you have a bit of data. Short attack, wrong stock. Don't know. Yeah. So, if that's kind of how you feel about it, and if you do see it hold this range right here, it could definitely come back up in the middle of this range around 11 bucks. Maybe start with some more volatility sideways. But like you said, it had a really good earnings. It has that partnership with Eli Lilly, which is really major for revenue. As long as they can find ways to fund the progress of their drugs. So when I first started investing, I got Catalyst September 9th. I got into penny stocks, and more specifically, I got into biotech penny stocks, micro caps. And so through the years, I've learned how these biotech names work. And the main thing that I always look at for a biotech in terms of funding to 2023 is funding, and if they have ways to sustain that funding. So there's two things that biotech companies do. They either find partnerships that give them enough money to continue the process of all the drugs they're working on, or two, they have to continue to dilute shares over and over and over and over again. And so it sounds like, I don't have enough research on this company, but based on what you're saying, it sounds like this Eli partnership, or maybe they have other drugs that are already on the market, it sounds like that's going to help fund them enough for everything they're working on, which is a really big positive. So yeah, it could definitely be an overreaction. So yeah, this price range is really important though, because it's at the bottom of this consolidation range. So if it breaks below this CRISPR 2.0, no, I'll have to keep this on my watch list. But this price point is really important because we have two consolidation zones. We have this consolidation zone and the second consolidation zone, if we go back, is this consolidation zone. And so there's a high probability it's going to hang out in one of those two. It's either going to hang out from $8 to $10 or $12 to $10. Those look like the two consolidation zones for basically the last couple years for the most part, besides these big drops for some reason. But that's what I'll be looking for. there's a much negative momentum to drop into this consolidation zone, or if this was, like you said, an overreaction and it comes back to this consolidation zone. So, yeah. Okay. What other stocks? Somebody asked about something else. I think it was Phillips. And we were talking about this in the Discord, if I remember. If anybody else is in the chat, please let me know what stocks you got questioned about. Okay, so we're below the, that's 200 day. Okay, so big picture, Phillips still looking bearish. Big picture wise, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double top. We have a head and shoulders breakout to the downside. But we do see some consolidation. So it seems like this is either a breakdown followed by a bear flag. You know, could be a bear flag. It's kind of bear flag mentality. Or we're seeing a bottoming. So it sounds like one of those two scenarios. Looking at the charts. We do have a bit of consolidation in this zone, historically speaking. This is kind of looks like a consolidation zone in the past, so could be bottoming again. Daily chart above the, still below the 200 EMA, which is bearish. RSI under 50. This is way, you know, MACD is way under 50 or way under 0, but it is showing positive momentum. So I'm going to want to see a break above 77 to say that this stock is reversing. And obviously it has to do a lot with oil, because I want to say this is when oil peaked back in June. So it seems like it's, because the chart that I always look at when I'm looking at oil is OIH. I think, yeah. Oh, look at this. These charts. Oh my God, this is hilarious. These charts are literally the same thing. That's comedy. I didn't even do anything. Wow. Well, so EMA is more short, like it weighs the more short-term price action. SMA weighs the more long-term price action. When I'm looking at the difference, I'll use them interchangeably unless I see large discrepancies between the two. So let's see the 200 days on the simple moving average. So it is a little bit lower. So maybe for like an oil and gas name, maybe an SMA might make more sense, just due to the industry. And it does seem like that is correlated a little bit more to the price. But 70, what is that, 79, 76, a $3 difference is a decent amount. I typically check both, is a short answer. I've just been using EMAs a lot tonight. So yeah, that's what I'm be looking for, getting above that 200 day. That's the 100 day, Dylan. 200 day. There we go. The 200 day, yeah, they're only $1 apart, so not really that big of a deal. But that's what I'm going to be looking for. Let's see where our 20 days. So it looks like right now, I think you mentioned this in the Discord as well. It looks like the 20 day is being tested right now, and it's trying to figure out what it wants to do. So what I will say is this could, there's two scenarios. One scenario is that this is trying to fake us out with a break below the above the 20 day, because the RSI is still flirting below 50. And the RSI for some reason, yeah, turned down a little bit on that red day. Or the reverse is that this is going to be the indicator before RSI breaks above 50, and we could get in before the RSI shows more healthy, shows a little bit more health. But yeah, I'll be looking at the 20-day and the RSI to see if I see confirmations on both of those. So that's one thing I'll be looking for. And then obviously we had that sideways consolidation. So breaking above the 20-day, super bullish. Breaking above this consolidation zone, bullish. If we see RSI break above 50, bullish. And then as we just looked at a second ago, the 200-day is right above that consolidation zone. So there's only one scenario, and that is rocket ship. That is the best case scenario, yes. That's funny. So that's what I'll be looking for. But I definitely agree with the OPEC stuff. I think OPEC is really going to determine the future of oil moving into Q3. Because if they're like, we're keeping production low and we're not going to expand for nobody, we're going to do whatever we want, then yeah, I think oil is going to rebound and can definitely go back to these highs if we see them say we're keeping production super low. And if that's the news that comes out, then these things are for sure breaking up. And I would say it would be a pretty positive indicator to buy for the intermediate term. We're using scanners on TD Ameritrade or Finviz. I know a lot of people use Finviz. I'm not that active. I have one like a small cap scanner I use on TD Ameritrade, but I just don't trade like that anymore. Honestly, with how busy I've been with all the streaming stuff and the YouTube videos and work, I definitely trade less than I was before the stream. So I've definitely become less active in the market. Is XLA the energy? I mean, it looks the same, right? It's like the same exact chart as this. Oh, pretty close to the same chart. But yeah, we kind of have an ascending triangle here. You know, so if we see this continue, when's the OPEC meeting this week? Yeah, it might run up. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, if OPEC's meeting this week, it looks like we're going to get a break higher or a break lower on that news. And I personally don't want to hold into the news. I rather buy after the news. But that's my own personal opinion. Cause that's just too risky for me to. I don't really like to play with OPEC. You never know what they're going to do. There's times when everybody on the street was like, "Oh, OPEC's, you know, they're not going to increase production," and then all of a sudden they come out and say, "We're increasing production." So I just never know what OPEC's going to do. Where are the news so I can follow them? What news? OPEC? If you have TD Ameritrade or like Thinkorswim and you have news that comes up, they keep the news pretty. I think you said you had TD Ameritrade. So if you have the Thinkorswim app on your computer or mobile app, on any of these, on XLE or OIX or OIH, we'll get pretty quick news on the decision from OPEC as soon as it comes out. So the news would come out pretty quickly on what they say. But if they do break out, these are the zones I'm going to be looking for: 52, 54, 56. So, okay, anybody else in the chat have anything else? If not, I'm going to make this my last stock. If we have any more stocks we want to cover, I'll do 2 more, and then I'm going to call it a night. And if you're here and you have not followed
Hello
my
there.
YouTube page, but if you're here, you probably have. Here's my YouTube page, videos, and then we have our Discord. So join our Discord, like and subscribe on our Twitch page if you haven't already. If you've been here for a while and you haven't if you're using your free Amazon Prime and you haven't resubscribed, you get one subscription every month for your Twitch Prime. So please resub to the channel. That would be appreciated. Any other stocks, people? Any other stocks? I'll give it 30 seconds. Did we just look at PSX? What you talking about, bro? We literally just did analysis on PSX. You been sleeping over there? Goof. It literally is the same channel of XLE though. Same shit. No, you're good. I was just confused. I'm like, didn't we just talk about that? Oh, sleepy. Let's see how the futures are looking. The dollar was looking a little weak, which was weird because the dollar I thought was also down. No, the dollar's up a little bit. Ooh, I got the hiccups. Yeah, the futures are down, like, not really anything substantial. Ooh, the QQQs try to break higher in the futures. What happened there? A big green candle. That's weird. What happened? Strange. Interesting. Futures don't know what to do. They're confused. Okay, everyone. That's it for tonight. I really appreciate all you guys stopping by. We had tons of people coming in. Welcome all the new people. We do this every Sunday, so okay, I'll do one more. You lucky, I almost ended my end speech. Oh, you're all about the pharmaceuticals, aren't you? Or the biotechs. That's a really long mRNA just got partnerships with everybody. What's their partnership with RMNA? Moderna. What are they doing with them? Same thing, COVID vaccine. Okay, we're above the 20-day. That's bullish. MACD or RSI. Nope, they're taking binder technology. I don't even know what binder technology is, bro. What's binder technology? Like binding things together? Look it up. Binder technology. So they're like buying a part of their business? So stock again. Okay. Oh, they're a baby company. Oh, this is like microcap. Graded grant Moderna, an exclusive license to develop commercialization. Okay. Properly binding, so yeah. Binding shit together. Eligible to receive an upfront payment for each target that will be licensed by whenever. Okay, so they're getting some kind of payment slash. What's that called? I can't think of the word. I'm getting sleepy. But this company has a bit of cash, so that's a positive. They have about 300 million in cash. I mean, their earnings are kind of like whatever. $1 million. Their market cap's 500 million. Let's see if people are trying to buy into this based on them making some money. I got some institutionals buying. Interesting. I might put this on my watch list first. Small cap. I got some buying. That's always a good sign down here. Whenever the price breaks down, I like to see buying. So that's a good thing. I mean, it's small buying, but for a company this small, it's not too bad. UTL. Shoot, I don't remember what their thing is. Oh. AUTL. 100% cash. Whoa. That's a big deal. If they're 100% cancer remission, why is their stock so low? That don't make sense. Something's off. 33 million shares. Super volatile name. Short float. Shorts. I don't have to worry about shorts. That's always nice. Let me get back to the chart. Okay, so $5. But this is when all the stocks, there's a lot of stocks peaking. When was that? Actually, they didn't peak when everybody else peaked. They were downtrending. Interesting. Why'd they go from $16 to $4? Is it just shares to raise money or something? Tolerant be selling as an update on adults in all European. Achieved 100% complete remission rate. No, I don't want to win money on Dogecoin. Interesting. Huh. Do they have any days or any data coming out in the next couple months? I don't know what phase they're in of their drugs. What's this one? Did it say? Phase, or this one already completed? 13 patients, that's probably like phase 1, 2 or something. What is this? 85. Yes, several in December, gotcha. So a while's away. Phase 1, oh yeah, they're real early. Okay. Phase 2. It's interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of cool biotech technology coming around cancer. Technically speaking, we'll quickly do this. Break above that downtrend, that's good to see. They're holding above the 20, which is good. They're kind of in this indecision moment. We're looking at just a second ago, Phillips 66, same thing. Pioneer, the same, yeah. It's kind of in this indecision. So we're going to see a decision soon because we're coming up on this trend line. And we just broke below another, so something's coming. Now what are you sending me on Vimeo? That sounds shady. Is this about their drug? It's pretty cool, man. Cancer remission is pretty awesome. I had a sister who passed away from cancer when I was younger. So cancer always has a special place. And whenever I see companies creating drugs to help people with cancer, always has a soft place, hits me. So let's see here. do have kind of a new trend line. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking for a breakout. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking out for a decision coming up this week. Let's see if I can put an alert on this. Yeah, I'll be looking for this to make a decision this week. Let's see if I can do this on my phone. I don't remember how to do it. Set alert. Say if it breaks below, let's see where we have, let's go more short term. Okay, 1 hour it failed to break out. 4 hour it's still trying to test it. Yeah. I mean, with the really small short float, sometimes people load shares to short it too. They're hedging, but with not a whole lot of short float, it gives me a little more optimism. But I'll have to. Oh yeah, this is super small volume. These are, yeah, this thing moves violently for sure. What do we got here for a price? Let's say if it goes below 580, just so that I can have an alert on it. How do I do this on my phone? I haven't set an alert on my phone in a long time. Alerts, here we go. How do I create an alert? If it breaks below 580, I want to know. The bottom of this candle, what's the bottom of this candle? 586. Let's go 585. Create alert. Okay. Have that in my phone now. Yeah, interesting if they're going to get some money payout. Yeah, I'm looking for a decision on this guy. And, you know, as we know, this stock moves violently, so it's either going to probably move back down to 550 or up a buck, you know, so 10% up or downside on this guy. Nice, man. That's a good win. NTLA. What was that? Which one was this? Oh, gotcha. Nice. That's awesome, man. Yeah, if you're super diligent on these, now I'm just thinking of other names I want to look at. If you're super diligent on these, on biotechs, you can definitely make money, but they definitely take a lot of research to make sure you know what's happening, and that they're a good investment. But, cool. I'm heading out, guys. I'm getting sleepy, but I really appreciate everyone coming by tonight. As I was mentioning before, Saturday nights, 7 p.m. West Coast time, we play video games, and then after about an hour of that, we go into our podcast, our live podcast, where you guys can talk with us as we go through some topics happening in the stock market, just to have an idea of what's happening in the economy and how that might impact our investments. And Sunday night, I do this. Thanks for everyone stopping by. It was really fun. A lot of engagement this week, so it was a very fun Sunday after a couple slow ones. And then lastly, we have a Discord. Please join that. And then also, I have a YouTube channel, Chilled Ill Trades, where I make 3 to 5 videos a week over there, just talking about different stocks that I'm looking at or the markets. But thank you again, guys, for stopping by. Really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. You guys coming around and interacting really keeps Nate and I both going. Nate's the guy I do the stuff on Saturdays with. So really appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys all have amazing green weeks in the market, and that we all make some money. Night, guys.